Good morning, students. My name is Mohit and I'm your mathematics teacher from Mount Literacy School, Jhansi. So, today we will study chapter number 3, that is factors and multiples. So, on the basis of this chapter, you have to do this recall that is given in the book itself, like question number 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. So, these questions which you have to do is based on this chapter factors and multiples, but before that we need to study about the factors and multiples. You should know that what are factors and what are multiples. Then after that we will study about the divisibility test. So let's first come to the factors and multiples. So what are factors and multiples also? So a multiple is a number that can be divided by another number, a certain number of times without a remainder. And a factor is one of two or more numbers that divides a given number without a remainder. So exactly what they are saying. So they are saying, like, for example, you can see over here, if I say that 5 into 4 equals to 20, it means that 20 can be divided by 4 and by 5, by 4 and by 5 both. So this means that 5 and 4 which can divide or which are dividing 20 are the factors. So you will see here factor of 20 and factor of 20, while 20 is divided by both the numbers, so 20 is a multiple. This can also be extended like 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 5, like this. So 5 into 2 into 2 means 5, 2 and 4 are also factors of 20, while 20 is a multiple of these numbers. So this number sentence tell us that 20 is a multiple of 5 and is also a multiple of 4. So I hope you like this. Now let's come to another example. Now you will see over here that they are saying 1 is a factor of 16 because 1 can divide it into 16 with no remainder. Like 16 divided by 1, you will get the answer 1, while the remainder will be 0. So the quotient, which is 16, is also a factor of 16. Now 2 is a factor of 16 because 2 can divide into 16 with no remainder. That means 16 divided by 2, the answer will be 8 and the remainder will be 0. It means 8 will also be a factor of 16. Now if I divide the number by 4, so 4 is a factor of 16 because 4 can be divided into 16 with no remainder. So 16 divided by 4, you will get the answer 4 because 4 4s are 16s. So that is how this quotient 4 is also a factor of 16. Now 16 itself also a factor of 16 because we can divide 16 ones are 16. So like this, the factors of 16 are 1, 16, 2, 8, 4. So these are the factors of 16. So numbers like 3 and 5 are not the factors of 16 because they cannot be divided into 16 because they will leave the remainder. So I hope that you better understand now that what are factors and multiples. Now on the basis of the theory of factors and multiples, you have to do this recall in your notebook. List the factor pairs of each for the following numbers. The first one has been done for you. For example, 16. If we have to find the factor for 16, we will write factor pairs for 16. We will write 1 into 16, 2 into 8 and 4 into 4. You can write it like this because all these multiples will get the answer 16. So these are the factor pairs. So for these numbers you have to do the same, and remember that any number can have one pair of factors or 2 or 3 or more than 3 pairs of factors too. Now come to the question number second. List all the factors for each of the following numbers. This is also you have to do. Now from this question, one part I will be doing in the notebook, in the notes, so you will better understand to how to do it in your notebook. So all the best, students.